Hey guys, so again, a couple things to note with this job. A lot of people ask questions like how do you turn the engine over on the M57, because there is no center bolt on the actual crankshaft pulley. You just have the four mounting bolts, but you don't want to really use those because the harmonic balancer already is prone to fail on these, and you kind of risk overstretching those bolts. Another thing that I noticed on the forums, so there is actually a tool that gets sold that bolts into these four bolts, and it's got a little nub on the end of it where you can put a 1/2-inch ratchet, and that's how you can turn your crankshaft. Another little trick for you guys, if you don't have that and you're in a pinch, you can use a 31mm 12-point socket. Will actually fit over all four of those. Or another way, this is the way that I did it. Again, sometimes you just need to get a job done, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it goes. So what we did here is obviously you can use that alternator pulley nut to spin the engine over, but it's going to generally just spin on that pulley and it's not going to turn the whole engine over. So what I did was I actually used the tensioner here with the 19mm. I put some extra pressure in the tensioner while spinning the crankshaft pulley, and that was enough to spin the whole engine over. It's actually not as crazy as you would think to spin that engine over. And I'm just going to show you guys how I oriented this tool. Again, Lyle brand 59370. Works really nice for me. Where's my light? So basically, guys, this is how, if you see here, it's got a magnet on it, and it's a pretty strong magnet. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty surprised. So the nice thing is this actually works with the fluid damper, which is kind of an interesting pulley to get your standard stretch belt tools on. It's not going to work on here. So like I said, I put it there. I set it on my AC compressor, and then what I did, like I said, I put a little tension on the tensioner. I spun the engine over on the alternator, and you'll see you'll be able to get the belt onto about right here as it normally sits, and then with your tool there, as you start to spin the belt, you're gonna see it's gonna pull it onto that pulley. It worked real nice. So again, if you guys are in a pinch and you're wondering, these are important questions. As you can see, I actually did not put the alternator clutch pulley on, even though we were already there. We had it all apart. The problem is I don't have the spline drive to hold this side of the pulley while I actually tighten up that Torx. So I'm gonna have to send this guy as is for now, and he's gonna have to come back sometime next week or the following once I get that little tool. It's pretty easy. The primary drive belt is a little bit easier than the stretch belt, I would say, so it's not a big deal. Okay, we're gonna give you guys a little demonstration putting that stretch belt on. So as you can see, on one side of the tool it says install, and on one side it says remove. So for the install side, we're going to place it like this. Nice good look. There you go. So that magnet is actually what's holding it to the dampener. The other styles usually use a bolt. So this one's got a magnet. So we've got our belt sitting on the AC compressor loosely. Okay, so you're gonna get it right about there. You can see how much we've got to stretch, but it's okay. We'll put this guy right here. And hopefully you can catch that. Hopefully you guys were able to catch that on the camera. As you can see, we've spun it around. Our tool is on the exit and exit. So not totally happy with how it's sitting on the AC compressor there, but we're gonna shift it over. Okay, we got our torque wrench set to 120 degrees for the second stage of those stretch bolts for the balancer. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you guys. So this is how some other people do things. I don't agree with this at all. So we've got a open line, open connect.